So, the agenda for today, we'll start off by talking about what mindfulness is about and recapping on it from the last session. The activities for today, the first one would be the mindful eating and drinking. I hope you all received a little email asking you to be prepared with a piece of fruit or biscuit or food of your choice for that session, and also the things you will need to make a cup of tea or coffee for yourselves. This will be followed by a discussion, and then we'll go on to mindful walking. Again, we'll have a little chat after that and conclude the session with beautiful loving kindness meditation. I do hope you will take part in the discussion. We would like it to be interactive and hear your thoughts and experiences. So, we go on to exploring what mindfulness is and its definition. This is very much of a buzzword nowadays, especially here in the West. To put it very simply, to be mindful is to be in the here and now, in the present moment. So to explain this in a little bit more detail and to give you some tips on to how to apply it to your day-to-day life, we will go on to watching a clip. Now, we did test this out before. Unfortunately, the sound is not being conveyed to you. So I've actually put the link in your chat box. If everyone looks at the chat box, I'm going to stop sharing. So there's a link, clip on Introduction to Mindfulness. I'll give you about 3 to 4 minutes. If everyone can kindly mute yourselves and then access this link and go through the video, we'll meet again in about 4 minutes. Okay? Is that clear? Any questions so far? No? Okay. So I hope you were able to go through that little clip about mindfulness, and it's recapped what it is all about if you attended our last session. It's given you an introduction, okay, to what to expect if you are new. I'm going to go back to sharing my slides again. Yes, so in the clip, they mentioned a few salient points. To me, the main message there was mindfulness is observing your thoughts and to observe it without judgment and without reaction. And what actually does this lead to? What benefits do we reap by mindful practice? Again, in the same clip, they mention how our relationship with life's problems change as we start developing mindfulness. And that happens through reducing stress, anxiety, helping us to develop concentration and focus, the reduction of anger, resentment. Also, it has its health benefits. We do know that certain individuals, known as type A personalities, are very driven and very focused individuals, but there's also a lot of stress in their lives. This actually puts them more at risk of heart disease and strokes. So all these can be reduced, counteracted through mindfulness. It also gives us inner peace, calmness, and stills our mind. So going on to the next slide. Bear with me. Yes. So what are the techniques of mindfulness? In our last session, we actually did a body scan. We did a loving kindness meditation and a mindful gaze. This time, we hope to introduce you to mindful eating and drinking, and this will help develop attention and awareness. Also, a walking meditation to help calm and reduce anxiety. We will top it all up with a loving kindness meditation at the end. So hopefully you will enjoy that. What is our theme for the day? So we hope to focus on mindfulness in everyday life. One of my favorite quotes from the Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh is, "There is no enlightenment outside of daily life." And in fact, I think this applies to mindfulness as well. There is no mindfulness outside of daily life. It isn't a practice that is exclusive to people who are removed from lay life, such as monks, ascetics, hermits, and so on. It is very much applicable and should be so to lay people like us in our busy day to day lives. We may find it challenging to find 20 minutes, half an hour in our days to actually find a quiet moment to sit down on a cushion and meditate. Uh, but we do go through a lot of activities in our day, which we could apply mindfulness to. This brings us to the adage, win the morning, win the day. So, if we could focus on this, specifically refers to the first hour upon waking, and if we could focus upon that first hour of our day and make a resolution to be a bit more mindful, this will set the pace for the rest of the day. So, from the moment you open your eyes to stretching out your arm, to switching on your alarm, off your alarm, to brushing your teeth, making your tea, and so on, if you could bring in some mindfulness, then yes, you are on your way to reap its benefits. It's something to be experienced and seen. Before we move on to our first activity of the day, just a quick reminder on our motto. It's SMS. We teach this to our children at the Mindfulness School too. It stands for slowly, mindfully, silently. Keep that in mind when you do your activities today. So, without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Lushani for our first activity of the day.